Hi y'all, Stoney Creek here. I got a pretty interesting message today I wanted to share with you. Mr. Stoney Creek, I have watched several of your videos and have subscribed to your channel. I have seen your chickens and it looks like you know a lot about eggs. I'm a 22-year-old guy and got my first place. I was wondering if you can help me out. Please don't laugh. I don't know how to boil eggs. Can you please show me? I would have asked you in the comments, but want to stay anonymous and not let my friends know I ask. Thanks for your time. Well, Anonymous, thanks for asking. I bet you're not the only guy out there that doesn't know how to boil eggs, and I'll tell you what, at one time I was a 22-year-old guy out on my own for the first time, and I didn't know how to boil eggs either. So as you can see, setting the stage up, and I'm going to show you how to boil an egg. Okay, so step one for hard-boiled eggs, we've got our saucepan. We're now going to take eggs and line them one layer at the bottom of the pan. You want to try to put them in as tight as possible so they're not going to rattle around too much while they're boiling. Now we're going to add water. We're going to pour just enough water in it so it's 1 inch above the eggs. Okay, now you turn your heat on to medium heat. Okay, I've got the salt. Right now, half my audience is yelling, "No, Stoney, don't put in the salt." And the other half is yelling, "Stoney, why didn't you add the salt?" Salt's actually a preference. I'm going to put a little bit in. If your doctor tells you that you need to stay away from salt, of course don't. Salt isn't necessary for hard-boiled eggs. Let me tell you a little bit about the salt. At sea level, water boils at 212 degrees. We all know that. What salt does will actually increase the temperature of boiling. So no more than what I added. It's probably going to boil now at 220, 230 degrees. For those of you at higher altitudes, you're just going to have to do whatever it takes to get your water to boil. We're going to let the water come to a rolling boil, and then we're going to turn our heat off and then set our timer for 12 minutes. They always say a watched pot never boils, so I'm going to speed this up until we get it to boiling. Okay, we've come to a good rolling boil. I'm going to turn off the heat. Now we're going to take this egg timer, set it for 12 minutes on these old ones, actually go past the 12, then dial it back to 12, and we'll just set that joker aside. At the 12-minute mark, we'll take and pour off this excess water, and then I'll show you what we'll do from there. Okay, timer went off. I'm getting ready to go drain this water off. I'm going to turn the camera off and set up for the next step. All this is a bowl of ice. Fill it up with water there. I'm going to dump my eggs straight into that mixture to shock them. Let them set for just a second. What this does, as we all know, heat causes things to expand. The way an egg's designed on the inside, right underneath that shell, it's got both an inner and an outer membrane. What this ice bath does is take that egg white and shock it away from those membranes, making this, it's going to make this process a lot easier to peel. Just let that heat dissipate a minute. I'm going to pull an egg out. All I'm going to do, all the way around the circumference of the egg, is crack that. And that's it for this step. Shut this off and I'll show you the last step to it. Well, hopefully after that video you can now boil an egg. Just want to recap the steps real quick. Grab you a saucepan, put your eggs 1 layer deep, water over the eggs 1 inch, medium heat, let it go to a rolling boil. At that point, turn your heat off, set your egg timer for 12 minutes, drain the water off your eggs, put into an ice bath, and peel. And if you recall, there was just one more step that we didn't talk about in the previously, and that's take your eggs, take your salt, get your napkin, and enjoy.